Today, we will be presenting Chapter 8, which is Assessment Results, Feedback Standards, Reference Grading, and Reporting. This presentation is done by Devin, myself, T, and Ava. On the first slide, we talk about the issue of grading. Grading is considered a very controversial topic with a lot of divided views. There are a lot of factors that influence grading. As teachers, we need to rethink grading to promote equity and a more positive effects on students. Grading needs to be more authentic and promote student motivation. Instead of just letter grades, there needs to be detailed, standard-based reports that students can understand. Assessments need to be as and for learning. On the second slide, we talk about reflecting accomplishments of students. During grading, the students need to know what they're being graded on so they can know what to expect. The teachers need to be thoughtful when selecting what will be graded. And there needs to be consistent ongoing communication on the grading process between students and teachers. When giving feedback, constructive feedback needs to push students to improve without making them feel judged or criticized, of course, compared to their peers. Feedback needs to be meaningful and have purpose. It needs to be descriptive. Learning goals help determine grading criteria. All students should have individual content and language goals that can be linked to relevant standards. The learning goals can serve as criteria for grading. Determining the value of grading consists of student factors like academic data, information from learning goals, amount of effort, punctuality, etc. And on slide 4, grading English language learners. Grading needs to reflect the ELL's performance in relation to their language proficiency levels. Grades should consist of progress met towards meeting standards, not just letters or numbers without descriptions, and they need to let students know where they are and what they need to do to improve. There needs to be specific set criteria to effectively evaluate students' work and performance.
Grading must support standards-based learning. So there's project criteria. It focuses on what students produce, final projects, presentations, for example, and the grades reflect the final product and standards can be applied. And then there's process criteria in which grades reflect the process too, rather than just a final product. So it's class participation, homework, and responsibility. And for progress criteria, it focuses on students' measured growth over time. So grades are based on the same content standards, but the expectations can be individualized according to the learner's standard attainment continuum. And the performance criteria is like the process criteria, but it is in relation to the language learning. And an important takeaway is that the focus needs to be on what the learners can do and reflect whether the grading is meaningful. So for reporting students' growth and progress, there's 2 different things, starting with report cards. There needs to be a representation of the student's language proficiency and academic achievement. Standards can be added along with other languages of instruction. And the can-do descriptors are key examples demonstrated. The report scores on language proficiency. Standards reference activities are integrated in the can-do descriptors, and different levels are thoroughly explained in detail. And then there is assessment portfolios. So what is an assessment portfolio? It is a systematic collection of the processes and products of authentic student work, documentation, and its contents help to grade. And what does it do? It serves as an ongoing record of a student's development, achievement, and growth. It is considered more equitable, especially for ELLs, and there is evidence of learning. The selection of original student work can vary depending on the student's familiarity with assessment portfolios and levels. So here we can use the gradual release of responsibility, and it gives students more freedom of choice since they're able to select their works that they're proud of. And then there's multimedia entries that can be integrated in the portfolios too. And here are just some ideas for multimedia entries for assessment portfolios. So it could be digital or scanned writing samples and reflections. It can be scanned pieces of creative work that include visual arts saved in individual student files, PowerPoint, Prezi, or multimedia presentations. It can be photographs of students, design models, or exhibits, since it's not something that you can put in regular portfolios. You can just document it through images or other representations. And then photographs or panoramic videos of collages, murals, or other artistic renderings, along with an oral written description. It could be videos of reenactments, dramas, student interactions, audio tapes of oral language samplers or oral readings. It could even be student-made videos or movie clips or use of other technologies, and evidence of use of computer software programs or computer-based research.
So here is an example of two types of conferences. The first one is teacher-student conferences. These allow one-on-one opportunities for communicate, and students can be involved in graded too. They can show evidence of what they learn and explain what grade they think they should get and why. And that the grades can be more meaningful and personal. Teacher can complete summary sheet. And then in the student-led conference with families, members, it is student-led conference. It is centered on student portfolios, and the student can participate since a young age and feel empowered or ownership. And student can have the choice to use home language as well. And there is a clear conference structure in which students have been prepared and will be provided support when necessary. Graduation portfolios and the seal of biliteracy. And the graduation portfolio can be dated back to the 1990s, and that it represents college and career readiness, and it shows competencies that cannot be captured through a single high-stake test. And in seal of biliteracy, it is the award becomes part of the language learner student high school transcript when they meet specific criteria, and it promotes social and economic advancement. And there is a hope that bilingualism will be accepted and seen more positively, leading to educational equity. And this will be all for our presentations. And then we also have our group presentation activity, and I will show you our page. So, yeah, so this is our group presentation activity, and you are all welcome to participate and then give us a feedback, and we'll be glad to see all the feedback. Thank you so much for watching.